Aubameyang has had 11 games to score 5 goals, and he's only scored 2. So, at this, you could blame creativity, but it's not like we're not creating any sort of chances whatsoever that we can't score.
Like, why do we keep trying to put crosses in the crazy crosses in the box?
Yeah.
But just look at it. He creates less than one chance per game in League One, and this is the guy that we apparently want. Why is he treating Saliba like this?
We won the FA Cup. It could be like, oh, it's a Tim Pot trophy, but it's something that Lampard or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can't say. So I think just for me, you just need to give him time.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Bobcast. Today we have our first guest. We got Davud from the Arsenal Superpage. I'll put his Instagram in the description. Definitely go check him out. And today, since we got Toby, our Arsenal fan, we got two Arsenal fans in the building, we have to discuss Arsenal. And Arsenal right now, 3 spots away from relegation. Probably not where you guys were expecting the club to be at right now. And a lot of questions are being asked about Mikel Arteta. So, Davud, I'm going to start with you. How has Arteta performed this season? Has he lived up to your expectations? And do you think that he's the manager to back going forward?
I do think he is the manager to take us forward. But honestly, did I expect us 11 games in middle of December to be 15th? No. But the way I looked at it was our first, I don't want to make excuses up because it's still unacceptable. We may say we have a bad team, but it's still better than other teams. Just that I feel just some players, I think the game that changed everything was Aston Villa home, that 3-0, because that was the first time in Arteta's reign where I've seen players where they just look depleted, heads down. It just felt like an Emery game all over again, because anything or Emery Wenger game, and those last years of Wenger, when a goal got scored against us, every single player was head down and not trying anything. From when Arteta came in December of last year, every single game, the game I remember the most was Chelsea, vividly. We went 10 men down, penalty, Luis, your defender. We had center backs Mustafi playing with Xhaka, and we still came back 2-2. And from there, it looked like we were getting a different Arsenal back. But then after that 3-0 loss, it's but with my views on Arteta, I'm still Arteta in. Unless he does what Emery did and he goes 3 months and doesn't win a game, then that's when I'll be okay, you're done. But I've seen what Arteta could do. And people are oh, but Emery was a better manager. Emery had a full season. He was in a position to honestly save his job. If that first season, if Emery won the Europa, got top 4, which his fault he bottled. Europa, his fault he bottled. If he got those 2, even if he went in that bad stretch of games, I don't think they would have sacked him because he earned his right. But at the end of that first season, he bottled it, and that's why I feel they sacked him. But I'm still Arteta, and people just need to be patient.
I was at first a bit more Arteta in, but now over a few recent developments and the fact that we're really
capitulated
15th, and I think I'm a bit more Arteta in out now, and there's a lot of alarming things involved. First of all, we're 20th in created chances. I know a lot of people can say we have no senior attacking midfielder right now, but being below the teams of Fulham, below teams West Brom, Southampton.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just come on. We're loaning out a player for Real Madrid. Who's
Dani Ceballos?
Yeah, Ceballos.
He's known for his creativity and.
Yeah, we have Bukayo Saka, and we're still not able to even generate enough
But I still feel I've looked at the games we've played. What was it? Aston Villa, for example. We're losing 1-0. I'll still vividly remember this it was yesterday. Tierney, it was 40th minute something. Tierney gets the ball. I've never seen somebody whip a cross like that ever before in my life. Straight to Lacazette's head. Over. Yeah. Over. It's at this, you could blame creativity, but it's not we're not creating any sort of chances whatsoever that we can't score. Even Tottenham, for example. When they played against us, 2 chances, 2 goals. What other chance? And it's all about the players' quality. Aubameyang, honestly, like what was it? Even against Tottenham, Tierney whipped in a cross. He has a free header. He skies it over. You need to hit those at least on target. You want to score a goal, you need to hit those on target. It's not like we haven't had no chances whatsoever. We can't score. I feel like the strikers' confidence are just like, and they forgotten how it feels to score a goal. It's
Yeah,
like,
but then again, I've heard like the point where like it's kind of obvious we have two strikers that aren't like that good in the air, and like under Wenger's and Emery's team, like we had like a lot of fast like interchanging plays to create like cutbacks instead of it going in the air, because like when it comes to grounded finishes, they're both pretty good, they're both solid, and a lot of people are like wondering like why do we keep trying to like put crosses in the like crazy crosses in the box?
yeah, I get it, but also when you look at the players Wenger had, right? Wenger in when like the last years, he still had his midfield of Ozil, Ramsey, Cazorla. You still had these players that on their head is creative, like quick one touch. Even under Emery, you still had Ramsey, you still had Ozil, you had Mkhitaryan. Even I'll put Iwobi in because you have a Nigeria shirt on. Like even though like he's a winger, he still knew how to do those quick interchanging passes. When I look at this Arsenal team now, Dani Ceballos maybe could do that. Bukayo Saka. Like I'm for me, Ozil is dead at this point. I'm not counting Ozil at all. For me, he's dead because if he's being frozen out, and I've seen people be like, "Oh, but you have Ozil like on the bench." Like for me, if he's not playing and he's not registered, you're not counting him as a player. And I don't think that is a whole nother topic. I was reading the thing where he wanted his first target was Awar instead of Party.
Yeah.
I'm not mad that we didn't get Awar, we got Party, but it shows that he wants the creator first. And you saw before lockdown when Ozil was playing, it was fluid, it was quick. You saw like it was Saka left, like or Aubameyang left, Ozil middle, Pepe right, and you still saw those passes. We were scoring like 4 against Newcastle. We were scoring goals. And when you're missing a creator in midfield or at least somebody that can create, it's just not there. Like Liverpool, you look for example at Liverpool, you look at the midfield, you're like, like who could be a creator there? But Trent and Robertson are running up and down that field the whole time. And the way they play is different than us. But still, I feel like we just need to give Arteta still time and his transfer window. Like that's my opinion on it.
Yeah. Like you mentioned a point about like, oh, he wanted Hour over Party. And then like I know like everyone talks about creativity and stuff, but then like you have to realize like his main guy he wants. But just look at it. Like he creates less than one, like around one chance per game in League One. And like this is the guy that we apparently want. So
yeah, I didn't know that stat actually. But still honestly for me, you don't just need one creator in midfield. Like especially the way we're gonna play. Like if we're gonna play, I think Party does that. Party, when I've seen him, I think he's like one of the only players because to me, Ceballos sometimes turns into a fidget spinner. Xhaka can dribble. Xhaka can play like balls out wide, but Xhaka can't dribble forward.
Yeah.
Saka's only like a really dribble forward. I don't know why Arteta hasn't tried Willian in that number 10. I feel like that's one thing I'd like to see Willian in number 10. Because I feel like he'd just be more involved and he knows how to interlock passes and everything. But Pepe's red card has forced somebody else out wide. But
yeah,
I just feel like that's
it's an interesting point though that like that one creative player can actually change a team. And I'm a Manchester United fan, obviously, so I know we've seen Bruno Fernandes come in, and like we still have a lot of problems. So like, I'll be the first one to say that we have a lot of problems still with our team. But like the team before Bruno and after Bruno, there's like, and even right now when Bruno is off the pitch versus when he's on the pitch, it's like night and day difference. So, you know, even if it's not our, I think it'd be interesting to see Arsenal with a genuine creator.
Yeah.
And so
because
there's
you're saying the fact about Bruno. I remember I saw the league table. I think before you guys were Bruno, I think you guys were like in 10th.
Yeah.
And like honestly, at first it's like, oh, Bruno just like stat pad, like pens. Like that's honestly that's what I first thought. But thinking to myself like now more about it, I'm like, I wish I had a player like Bruno on my team.
Yeah.
Because somebody that could score, somebody that can assist.
Arsenal, like you mentioned, is kind of missing that player. And really quick, we don't have too much time left, but there's been maybe not Awar, but there's been other players discussed. Szoboszlai, like Toby mentioned, was discussed, and it's looking like he might go to RB Leipzig, according to Romano. But Emi Buendia, who was a very good player at Norwich last season, he's potentially you're hearing his name floating around to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see Arsenal go for in the transfer market?
Buendia, Awar. I honestly like, even though probably not gonna happen, I like West Brom's Matheus Cunha. Or no, that's not his name.
Pereira.
Matheus Cunha is the one that plays in Bundesliga. My bad, but I've seen him too. He looks good, but I don't know, just any sort of like player that out of nowhere could just he controls the ball and just turns and boom, like he's running at other players. Like he could get the ball midfield, get past one, and just spray a ball, like something that Ozil did. Like I just feel like that's what Arteta needs, because you've seen the signs under Arteta. It's not like Arteta's been like a complete failure. Like you could say, oh, like I've heard so many people say like, oh, Emery is better, but Emery had a full season. Emery had a season where you can experiment everything, and the thing was, every manager has that bounce. United saw it with Oli. They had that bounce in the beginning.
Yeah,
we had it with Emery. We won 22 games unbeaten. I don't know, and we had that bounce too. We won the FA Cup, and people are like, "Oh, it's a Tim Pot trophy," but it's something that like Lampard, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can't say. So I think just for me, you just need to give him time.
Shoot, it's because I think like a lot of the reasons, because it's like I think he trusts a lot of these old Deadwood type of players like Xhaka, Ceballos. He trusts them more for Premier League, and he doesn't want to really give the youngsters a chance. And it just brings up like another annoying point about Arteta. Why is he treating Saliba like this? Like, why is he?
But I think the Saliba thing is different, because I've seen Saliba in the other games, like the under 23s and 21s. He still is trying to get a feel of the way like he plays. Like I've seen some passes like been misplaced, and he just got a red card too. Like yes, it's a harsh one, but if he gets a red card, for example, in a Premier League game, especially the fact that the way we've hyped him up and everything, and boom, he gets a red card, like. It's a big gamble to play with. And I think also just like the adjustments, I know both of his parents died, English, like stuff like that. I feel like he's going to get integrated, and it just depends when. I think he's going to go out on loan in January. And honestly, I hope he does, because he goes out on loan in January, and then the summer he comes back, Socrates, Mustafi, Kolashinas, all these like maybe Holding, Chambers, all these players are gone. And then who you can't play anybody else, so Saliba has to play anyway. But that's my view on it, because I've wanted Saliba to play too. I think, like, I remember I saw Saliba in the Community Shield, like when he was on the bench, I was like, yes, like finally, like we're getting Saliba, and then I just haven't seen him since. But he's gonna get his time. I think he's still young. Like I see people give the example to Wesley Fofana, like Brendan Rodgers has given him like the belief. And honestly, yeah, I wish Arteta did that, but I feel like Fofana was in a much like better position to, because he doesn't have the pressure that Saliba had. Yes, 30 million, same as Saliba, but he just went to a Leicester team, and I don't think he would have played if like Soyuncu and other key players got injured for Leicester. Like I feel like unless really like you see Mustafi, Chen, like all these players start getting injured again, and you really don't have any other center back, then I see that he plays him. But any other way, I don't see. But yeah,
that's another thing. It's just like, going back, like obviously Arsenal fans will take a game before we're gonna start saying he's better than Greenwood and stuff. But like, he keeps picking Nketiah over Balogun, even though like most Arsenal fans like believe that he is better.
Yeah, but still, we've seen only 60 minutes of this guy. You still can't, like, even Nketiah. I remember when Nketiah scored 2 goals against Norwich. He came on 20 seconds, he scored. It was like, oh, Nketiah's the next big thing. It's like, relax, calm down. It's just stuff like that. Like, Nketiah isn't going to be the best striker, but Nketiah for a player, if a ball comes in the box, 9 times out of 10, he's scoring that. Because, look, you saw the stat, like, I felt so embarrassed to post this, but I just had to. And Nketiah is their highest goal scorer this season in all competitions.
Yeah, but most of those goals came from Europa League, and I think one of the goals was in League Cup as well.
Yeah, one of them was against Leicester. I know one of them was against West Ham, and I think the other 3 are in Europa League. But still, Aubameyang has had 11 games to score 5 goals, and he's only scored 2. So I like young players. I don't like to go at them. For example, if it's like, for example, I like to. I'm saying I like to have a go, but when I see like Willian or when I see like what's his name, like Luis or like Mustafi Kolasinac, when I see them, sometimes I'm like, you're getting paid the money you're getting paid, and it's not like these players were really bad when they came. Like Kolasinac was the left back of the season in Bundesliga before he came, and even that first season, I think he did good. He scored a couple of important goals. He did good, and then it just gone down from there. I feel like Mustafi too. When he came that first season, it was like we had a stat where we didn't lose with Mustafi in the starting lineup. But also, I just feel like we're so unlucky with injuries. Partey's missed 6 games in his entire career from injuries. And he comes to Arsenal, he's already missed 6 because of injury.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I saw you like. Let me go back to United. I saw United against West Ham without Bruno for 45 minutes. It shows what a creator could do to a team because that was insane. I've never seen a more disorganized United team like during Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's time with Bruno on the field.
It's interesting to see how you guys felt about Arteta and what those takes were. Be sure to check out Davud's Instagram. I'm gonna link it in the description below. He posts daily Arsenal content. Am I right? So you can go check him out there
every single day, like 5-6 times a day.
Every single day, yeah. He's got a great page. Definitely hit the subscribe button on our channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.